back into the vineyards. This time I'm expected to face some of these cats. Well, let's see what we could do about that. Call them a little bit and see if I can find the source of corruption that we have around here. Because we are sure that they will present a problem if I don't. A nice bang. Oh, oh, oh. I almost didn't spot that one. Well then, I'll just have to make sure that I take care of this one also. I've dealt with many of the cats, but I still need to find out what's... Oh, crystals and a dead angrim. Well, that's at least one source of potential corruption. Are there others? Oh! I didn't see that one. We'll just have to deal with it. And then find out what's corrupting. These are sneaky, aren't they? Perhaps that's the only sign of trouble that we've had. Hold on. Is that a broken cart? Well, I'll investigate that as soon as I'm done with this pair here. And now, your turn. Yes. What about this wagon? I do see some crystals there. Oh! Well, it looks like there's some angrim here also. Will you quit doing that? Ah! Oh boy. Take care of you first. Well. Carrying crystals of some sort. And the angrim are quite... keen on defending that. Well, more clues? Oh, wait. There's a journal here. This appears to be an account of the sorceress Eovar's attempts to using crystals on the saber-toothed cats of Clovengath. We are being sent back to the vineyards with more crystals. Bridgald insists that I keep trying, no matter how many of my underlings the blasted cats devour. He gave me an adjustment to the ritual at least, so perhaps this time we shall have more luck. Well... Piece of paper fluttered loose. Well then, I better return with this information. But first, I think I have to check out one more thing. I suppose that this is the big rock that fell off the ceiling. I don't remember being asked to do anything particular with it, but while I'm here, might as well see if I could climb it. Not that I've been adept at climbing things like this before. Not bad. Whew. I can see quite a bit up here. And there is the collapsed ceiling. And way up to the north, where I suspect a certain dragon either frequents or currently may be at. Which means that perhaps I shouldn't be so out in the open then. I presume that this is Bazamanar? Hello?
Have you a moment?
Alright. I'm just looking for some... Ah! Here we are. Hello.
At your service and your families.
Welcome back! Did you find Natasar? Oh, was it enormous? Yes, it was big, it was there, and I climbed it. How about that?
At your service and your families.
Ah, and you found the vineyards. I can see them from here, now that you point out the direction. Oh, how I wish I could be down among those arches. I hear you did much to help clear out those saber-toothed cats, right? Thank you so much. The next location to find is Danak Cave. One of my ancient texts contains part of a song about meeting a beloved in a lush sward of grass under the mountain, the two gazing at the stars together. Should you find an enormous fountain, you shall know that you're at the right place. Alright, fine. I will search for the park. Now, I also need to speak to Mother Amma about those corrupted crystals. I found another journal and I dealt with some Angrim.
What have you found? Keeping in good cheer.
Glad I am to hear that the crystal's corruption did not spread to the saber-toothed cats. I was making headway with the cursed journal, but the writing has slipped into what I believe is the black speech. Here, take this book to Bazanmanar and find Lord Master Rooney. He may be able to decipher these fell scrawlings. I shall meet you there. Alright, fine. At least I know where that location is now. And also...
At your service and your families.
Ah, and you returned with such fine furs and fangs as well. I'm glad you like them. Oh, what do you need now?
Hail, friend.
The fangs and furs that you brought me are perfect, friend. If you do not mind doing me another favor, would you be so kind as to bring the furs to Lady Clatha? She will craft them into fine things. Clatha is stationed at the camp north of Bazanmanar. I shall meet you there as well. Well, it looks like all roads lead to Bazada blah 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 blah. Whatever. Back to Bazanmanar, and it looks like I have found Rooney, the lore master.
Hail, friend.
Welcome to Cloven Gap Pineleaf. There's a dragon nearby. Yeah, I've heard rumors of such. So I'm trying to avoid certain northern areas, just in case. But in any case, I have this journal here written by Angrim, and I was wondering if you could read the black speech passages in it. What? Oh, most certainly not. I have not wasted precious hours trying to decipher that filth when I could instead be studying dragons. Talk to Mahler. In his younger days, while an orc prisoner, Mahler learned their foul language. He may best be able to help you with that text. Okay, Mahler then. Well, you know, it might have been really useful if we had one of the stout axes. Yes, the stout axes. If one of the stout axes were here, because I'm sure some of the stout axes must know that language. After all, they've grown up in Mordor.
Have you a moment?
Yes, I'm Muller. A journal, you say? Well, give it here, all right?
Most of the journal makes little sense, but this page here...
This journal page mentions a stash of... they must have no word for what he was trying to say. Stench rock? Oh, this phrase means something to you? Oh, yeah, I think I know what they mean by stench rock, yes. Well, go on then. What do you need with your rocks? Then, do you do what you need to do with those rocks and give me some time to translate the rest of these ramblings. Alright, fine. I will see if I could find the stench rocks and destroy them. No. What about Clotha? Actually, before I go to Clotha, I'm wondering, why is there an elf here? Uh, hello? She seems bored with something, and she's been doing a lot of reading.
Sweet-eyed Melon, will you
Oh,
stay a moment?
oh, hello. You're that hero of the realm, Pineleaf, correct? Well, my, it must be wonderful to be free to wander Middle-earth in search of adventure and glory. Oh, I am Golothril. My sister Soderwin and I have come to see the fabled forest beneath the mountain. Sadly, we have seen barely anything save for rocks and weeds. I am a prisoner of my tyrannical sister. Perhaps you could speak with her and tell her that Cloven Gap is nowhere near as dangerous as she fears. Oh, you came here to study the area, and your sister won't let you study the area. Well, it does have some dangers, I will admit, but I'm sure that you could figure out a way through them, right? Ah, I guess this is the sister.
Negavanen.
Megavanen, I see that my dear sister still chafes at her imagined bonds. Oh, Galadriel is merely a few centuries old. She has not yet experienced all that ones such as ourselves have. I promised her that we could visit the places she reads about before we set sail for the West. However, I did not agree to allow her to become Drake food. With your experience and skills, you could easily help her with some of the tasks that she has set for herself. I am sure that you are busy, however. You will no doubt pass by the weeds and vines that she seeks. If you are interested, why not offer to go in her place for now? Oh, okay, it's too dangerous for your sister, but it's perfectly safe for a hobbit. Well, okay. Yes, I suppose I've got a shield and armor and spears and all sorts of stuff like that. Well, what do you say?
Greetings to you.
Oh, she continues to treat me like a child, I see. Very well, I suppose I will accept your service. Right?
You may be of service to me.
At the bottom of the nearby stairs, there are multiple fountains. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking for a fountain anyway, whose pools are clogged with something fetid and foul. Oh, go and fetch some of these plants, that I might be able to study them with my own eyes. Alright, fine. I guess I could go and collect a few samples. Well, now, I still need to find one more person. Ah, here's the other end of the camp. And here is Clotha. Hello.
Aye.
Ah, let me guess. First from Nosny? Very well. Add them to the pile if you must. Apparently, she's been getting a large number of furs. There you go. So what's this all about?
Yes?
I know you meant no harm, friend, but please tell Nosny that I have no interest in speaking with him until he apologizes for what he did. A pile of furs, no matter how fine, will not change my mind. Uh-huh. Apparently she was not impressed. It's something about an apology.
At your service and your families.
Ah, So she wasn't delighted.
What news do you bring?
I can't believe that this has happened. My efforts to win Kalata's heart have instead driven her against me. I have no idea why she is so cross. Perhaps someone else has a clue for us. Please, friend, please ask Mother Amma. I have seen Kalasa and Amma whispering to each other. Let us hope that a clue of her anger could be shared. Alright, well, I will see what I can do. Ah, Mother Amma, I was wondering if you could help me to clear up something.
Make sure to do your share of the work.
Kalasa has every right to be upset with Nozni. He had her moved from the camp to the one to the north. She is most cross that he thinks that she cannot take care of herself and that she needs protecting. In other words, he insulted her. Accidentally, but insulted her. Yeah. Apparently, she's upset that you moved her away from the other camp.
At your service, and your families.
Protecting her? Cannot take care of herself? Oh, by Durin's beard, this is terrible!
At your service, and your families.
Oh, this is all my fault. I have a very good reason for having had Kalatha stationed here, and it has not to do with whether or not she can defend herself. However, well, I suppose I never shared with her that reason. My friend, if you would help me once more, please tell Kalatha that I am sorry, and that if she will gaze towards the river, she will understand why I asked her to be moved to this camp. After you speak with her, come find me in the gardens below. All right. Your reason is gaze at the river. Well, I hope that she has an easier understanding the reason than I do, because I can't see anything. I can't even see the river. It seems to be blocked by all these buildings and trees and grass and all this other stuff. Oh well. Let's see what she says about this.
Yes?
Oh, you again! Huh. Look towards the river? Huh. I suppose I could do that. Not that it will matter, of course, but I suppose I can. Alright, well. Oh, yes. I need to meet them down there. On my way to meet them, I suppose I could collect these plant samples from the fountain. And maybe I'll find the rest of them along the way. Oh, like right over here. Is this deer trying to show me the location of them? Perhaps. Ah, there's Nozni. How are things going along here? Fireworks? Oh, can I see the river from here? Not really. Oh well. Hi.
Gundabad will be ours once more.
Hello. Now the... excuse me a moment. It sounds like I've got a problem here. Hey, you. I didn't invite wargs to join this party. I gotta tell you that. I really didn't invite wargs to join this party. A warg... Okay. Let me guess. You plan to set off some fireworks for her, right?
At your service, and your families.
Yes, I know that Kalatha's favorite things is fireworks. I arranged to purchase special ones from Feridus at Minas Tirith himself. Yes, I have been waiting for the great moment to set the light for Clatha. I had her moved here so that she wouldn't miss the display, but, well, delivery was very late, and I can of course see how she would think I was trying to protect her. It was supposed to be a surprise, but, well, I suppose things have dragged on with no real news from me. I was so focused on my plan that I lost sight of how confusing my actions would have been to her. Well, will you help me light these fireworks? I may not have enough to redeem myself, but I have a excuse me, I have this cat that is bugging me. Right. I'm sure that it will is planning to attack us at a most inopportune time. Then I'll light the fireworks. Alright, so now, where were we? Oh yes, lighting fireworks. Here we go. Well, it's not going to compete against one of the Gandalfs at first, but very well.
Long live Thorin Stonehelm! Long live Durin Stonehelmson!
Well, that was spectacular, and probably the first time fireworks have ever graced these halls. If that did not win her love, at least may it grant her forgiveness. Would you check on her for me, see whether I am allowed to speak with her again? Alright, I will speak with her as soon as I've checked out some park benches that I was asked to examine. I have found the park, and apparently the fountains here are still flowing as well as ever. Well, not too sure about that green water there, but perhaps somebody will be wanting me to look at that at some other time. And here are the benches. Yes, all sorts of things. A nice pretty place. Well, if it weren't for the wargs. Apparently not everything in this park is pristine and pretty. Well, I think I'm finding some of those dark stones. I'll clear out a few of these, and then I will return to check up on how effective those fireworks were. And that's what we'll be doing in the next episode of The Legacy of Durin.